There is this pattern that I see often. I work in the world of patterns in my head. And it's this pattern of sucking it up and pushing through the pain to the point that you just take on immense suffering in hopes that eventually it will all just go away. That it'll all just go away and that it'll get better. And the truth is with that is that is a pattern that, and is a contract, I call it a contract, that you essentially have written with your little smaller self way long ago in your life. And it is now as an adult creating, kind of wreaking a lot of havoc. You're staying in relationships, that you know in your core are just not aligned for you anymore. You are stuck in your career and feeling like, well, I just have to take care of this, and once this is resolved, everything will be fine. There could be just situations, within your career that are like this. And also in your health. There's something that you feel like you just have to suck it up and get through. There is really nothing, though, to get through, because when you're in that pattern, when that's something that you have as a pattern, which many of us do, by the way, but when you're stuck in that as a pattern, there really is actually no getting off the train. As an adult in your present life right now, as a high, performing individual, a lot of the things that are really, really challenging you and that you feel super stuck with and that you just have to grin and bear it, they actually don't have the quick resolution. That's more your younger self that wrote the contract when life was easier is like, okay, if I can just get through this, it'll be fine. Like, if I can just pass the test, then I'll get to the next step. If I can just complete this assignment, then I'll get to the next. But that isn't really how things often work as adults. It can be sometimes, but not often. The stakes are a little bit higher. So what if instead, this is something that I was working with someone on earlier today, what if instead you rewrote that contract within you? What if instead of this go, 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 push, 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 and then just maybe it will magically resolve or just go away? What if instead you really chipped away at it? That you tapped into your creativity, that you tapped into the potential of other options, and that you invited love, unconditional love, into the situation so that you can show up in a different way. You're still showing up with tenacity. You're still showing up with the ability that, yes, you can be able to show up with that strength and that confidence. But what if you just shifted the energy slightly to be able to come with more gentleness? What you're doing in this way is you're rewriting a soul contract. And in rewriting that soul contract, you're living from your core. You're living in more alignment, and you're showing up in true love for yourself. And when you show up in this way, it's a very, very fine-tuned little nuanced that allows whatever it is that you're having challenges with in your relationships, in your career, with your family, with your health, whatever it may be, it allows there to be this beautiful, small, simple shift so that you can actually not just have to grin in and bear it and just wait for it to be resolved, but see the resolutions that you don't even really actually believe inside are possible, but you want them to be possible. And so this is really cool. So we can just shift these micro things, just these micro things. And you're not actually really supposed to be able to figure out what these things are easily yourself. It's hard to see the backpack that's on your back. Sometimes you're going to need some assistance with that. And that is what I do in the Awaken Your Core VIP mentorship. I do energy work with clients distance. It's a huge part of it. I do intuitive coaching, transformational coaching. And, as my beautiful husband says, you're a one-stop shop. So sometimes we're addressing health and the physical because my background is that physical therapy and being in the healthcare world. And then other times we really are getting into the mindset or to the planning. It depends on the moment. So I just was feeling inspired, wanted to share this with you today. Sending you all so much love, and thank you for listening.